Hello, today I will be showing how to make a working drawing that has both orthographic and isometric drawings. So that's uh, that's the idea. Now you can tell here that we have my different parts. So I've got like the Pac-Man, I've got the hammer, got the red cube, things that I've drawn. These are the parts I've made in class. So if I want to make a drawing of them, what I do is hit the plus sign to insert a new element. And then there's a create drawing option. So you click on that. And then it's going to basically ask you to make what kind of template you want to use. Just use this and side template. That's fine. Say no views. Fine. It'll just pull up a template and get you started. So something like this. And so here's your basic template. Automatically, the insert view button is already started for you. So it already starts and it says like, which one do you want to do? The purple cube, the hammer, the Pac-Man. So let's say I want to do the Pac-Man. I select the part and then the Pac-Man's going to come in. There's my front view. If I don't want the front view, I could go here and change which one I want, but I want this view. So I'm going to click. The front view goes in the bottom left corner, and there it is. Okay, so there's my front view. Then I'm going to actually turn this tool off, or I can hit escape and turn it off. After I got my front view, I've inserted the first view. Now I want to project views off of that. I want to show this object from other perspectives. So I can click on the projected view button, turn on the projected view, and I can project views off of this. So there's the parent, and I can go up and get the top view, click, there's that same idea, looking at it from the top. I can project again, I can look at that same object from the side, and give a complete picture. And then lastly, I can click on it and go up here in the corner and give an isometric view. Okay, so that's the idea of how to project views. I can turn that tool off by clicking on it again, or I can hit escape and turn it off. Okay, so each of these projections, if I get the little cube, I can kind of rotate them around. You see they're kind of tied to each other, so if I move one, the others are going to kind of move with it too. Kind of keep that in mind. Now, your idea here is to be real clear, to show people how to make this object, like key features. So you want to be real clear. One thing you can do is add notes in. So this A is your annotate tool. Go ahead and add some notes in here. You could say like this is the top view. I like to turn on the bold. I think this looks good. So you can turn on the top and you can hit check and you can repeat this. You can make this note right down here. Turn on the bold again. This is my front view. Something like that. This over here is the side view. So I turn on the bold. And say side view, and then the last view is the isometric view, so I can put that up there and be real clear about what I'm doing so the viewer can look at it and know like, oh yeah, this is real clear. Okay, so that's how you put in some annotations. You could put a title up here. You could do, you could put a little key if you want to point out things. You could do that. Okay, so also you want to put in here some dimensions. So you want to show the maker like, well, how big is this? Like, so give out some key ideas. So to dimension it, you click on the dimension tool, and you can go and click and put some dimensions in there. Ideally, you'd put enough information. If the maker's going to make this, they have all the information they need. For this exercise, just go ahead and put enough information in here so I can see that you know how to put dimensions on an object. Okay. Now, a key thing, you never ever dimension the isometric view. So you can kind of move that over if you want. The isometric view is not really there to give dimensions. It's kind of lopsided, so you do that. But so you dimension your orthographic. This right here actually should be shaded, right? The isometrics to give the viewer like an idea of what it looks like. So if you right click on it, you can shade it. You can say show shaded view after you right click on it, and then it actually will shade it in, and then it looks much better, right? So these two pictures, the isometric and the orthographic projections, kind of give the maker like a complete picture of what your object is and how it is to be made. Like what are the sizes, what are the dimensions, key locations, and that sort of stuff. Now this project doesn't have any hidden lines, but you generally don't want to dimension any hidden lines. So yeah, that's just an idea. So Okay, now this bottom part here is called the title block, and it kind of gives information about who made this drawing and when it was made. And it's missing one key thing. It's missing a title. So go in here and you got 3 lines for the title. So probably best practice start with that top line, and just type in a title. So you can say like shapes, working drawing. I mean. This project is just kind of an exercise, so well, you can call it, but give a title that describes what the work is. So shapes, working drawing, click check. And if you want to give yourself a little company name, you get to give yourself a company name. We'll call our company, I'll call it, yeah, have fun with this. And you'll notice this font here is a little bit big. So if I highlight it, I don't want this font to be the same size as my title. So I can pull this down to this 0.11. Maybe I'll make it I need a smaller than that to 0.08, make it a little bit smaller, and I can do something like that. Yeah, Percy Julian, that's pretty cool. I like it. All right. So that's your title block. There you go. Now, chances are, if you're an overachiever, you want to impress some people, you don't want to just turn in one working drawing, turn in multiple ones. You've got lots of parts that you can make drawings of. So how do I get another drawing? Over here, I can bring in my Sheets tab. So click on that. There's your Sheets tab. And right now, I've only got one sheet. I've only got sheet number 1. And there's all the information. If I click on this button, I can get 2 sheets or 3 sheets. So I can click on that and get a second sheet. So now I got sheet number 2. So sheet number 1, if I click on that, I can see sheet number 1. Or I can go down to sheet number 2 and I can work on sheet number 2. And then it begins anew. So you can bring in your second block. I've got my red cube, I've got my hammer. So I go to the insert button, I can insert a view. And then this pops up. I can change insert, and I can say like what part do I want to bring in next. So I can bring in like the hammer, and I can say bring the hammer in, and then I can notice when the hammer comes in off the get-go, I don't really like that view, that front view wherever I drew. I'm not really happy with that, so I'm going to change that around and see that's what I'm looking for. That's the view I want to be in my front view. So I click on that. There you go. And then I can project off of them. It looks like it automatically turned on my projection tool. Great. So then I can project. Now if I go down, I click on it again, I can project again. And I can project again, and so forth. And basically you repeat the process. So go through, dimension these, annotate them, shade it, and it looks like the title block, the main title block, you don't have to fill out again. You just have to do that on the main page. Okay, so you can turn off the tool by hitting escape or clicking on the tool again, and there you go. So when you are all done, you're going to need to make a PDF to turn this in on Canvas of all these sheets. So you do that by going to this little document right here, and you can say print, and when you print it, obviously you can print it to your printer if you have a printer, or you can click on this download button right here, download, and then send it to your Google. Find your Google Drive. Not totally sure how this works on your Chromebook, but save it to your Google Drive. Find your design folder, which I know you all have a design folder. So my design folder is right here. I can call this and call it working drawing, like shapes, working drawing. And you'll see I've done this 2 times already. This is my 3rd crack at this video. I think I got it. So we'll see if it actually works out. And that's it. Then you go to Canvas, go find that PDF, turn that PDF on Canvas. Yeah, you should be good to go. All right. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, ask your teacher.